Good morning people, yet another video vlog. I just got in the studio and I brought in a huge box because BenQ was kind enough to send me an SW320 4K 32-inch monitor that we are gonna set up today here in the studio and use it side by side with my 27-inch SW2700 PT. So there's this like huge box down here and like it's heavy. It's a huge monitor, so it's actually not that heavy, people. Come on, like we got some muscles up in here. Like, this is it. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna give it a test spin, see how the colors are, see how much I like a 4K 32-inch screen working in Premiere, because there's so much on the screen. So I need the real estate. I want to see it all. And that's what we're gonna do. So let me find a box cutter, open this thing up, and I'll take you with me. See ya. So we lack box cutters, I suppose, so we're gonna do some knappy with the scissors. So let's just do this. That was easy. Ooh, oh boy. Do we want this? Woo! This is cool. This is cool. Calibration report in a little envelope. Looks good. I like this. This is cool. Ooh. Got a box of stuff, got a box of thingies. The screen is in here somewhere. I'm not gonna do an unboxing video because that's boring and there's more of those. So let me just like unpack this thing and get the show on the road, won't we? All right, let's do that. So in case you're wondering, this is a different outfit because the temperature changed. I got this monitor a couple of days ago when it was 12 degrees centigrade and now it's -6 Celsius. So like this monitor is way cool that it made the climate change and like dropped by 18 degrees. All fun aside, I set up the monitor on a monitor stand for my monitors on the desktop. I have my SW320 on the bottom. I have my SW2700 PT on top. I calibrated them both. I recalibrated both screens so I'm absolutely sure that the colors match, which is very important if you work multiple screens, because you want to look at the same stuff in the same color tones and with the same white balances, and all that stuff should be like all the way even. Let me just go into the computer, like show you a little bit of my setup, give you a little bit of an insight about how I work with it, what I like about it, and I hope that you will get as enthusiastic as I am, because this screen is awesome. So I'll go into the computer, you'll join me, and we'll have a look around. So I've set up my BenQ SW320. I set it up on the bottom just as I just showed you, and I recalibrated both monitors. Like even though they get out of the factory calibrated with the calibration report, I still recalibrated them because I had my SW2700 and I wanted to match perfectly. So even when you get it from the factory, it's like already calibrated Adobe RGB 99%. So you're good, but I still hooked up my X-Rite iDisplay 1 Pro to make sure everything matches. And like now it looks very even. It looks really close. I think it matches actually. And what the calibration process also does is it makes sure that your monitor is not too bright. So when you work on your screen all day, and BenQ has this eye care program that makes sure that you're not like blasting your eyes with light all the time, so you get like headaches when you work on a screen 8 hours a day. So that's real cool. And like I can work on my screens for like hours and hours and hours, and it's perfectly fine. And as you might know, I'm mostly a photographer, and so why do I need a 4K 32-inch monitor, you ask? So reason for it is like the 2700 is perfect for photography. Like I've been using this screen for like 2 years and it's awesome, but I am getting more and more into video and working in Premiere on a 27-inch, like not 4K but Ultra HD screen, like 2560 by something. Like all this stuff is like, it's a little condensed on the screen, so it takes a little scrolling and stuff. And me working more on video, not even 4K footage, but like any footage, like I really like having the real estate on my screen, so everything is manageable and I have a nice overview. And the double screen setup actually makes it possible for me to have the preview window on a different monitor. So I have everything that I work with on my main monitor, which is now the 32-inch, and then the preview and everything that I need to like check if everything's in check is on the 27-inch. And with Photoshop, the same thing. Like I can zoom in on an image and work close, like check out everything like really zoomed in, and then my top monitor just shows me the overview in the navigator, so I know exactly what I'm doing and how it's gonna look in the final product. So that's a cool bonus, or like that's actually not even a bonus, that's like one of the reasons that I got one of these, because like the 4K resolution and all this stuff that you can see. For a photographer per se, 27 is perfect. Like the 32 is like real pro, I guess. But if you are a photographer who also wants to do something with video, I would suggest going for the 32 instead of the 27, and then get the 4K and not the 2560 pixels wide screen, so you have like more room to work with. The 32-inch is actually certified by Technicolor. So all the Hollywood people who work in Technicolor color rooms, it's right up there. It has HDR, so it's more like true to life with the dynamic range that you can see in your images. So it gives you a little bit more leeway to edit your photos, which is pretty cool. It's not like some feature that I would really want, but it's on it, so you might as well use it. This monitor also comes with a hotkey puck, which I really enjoy. Like I calibrate my monitors, and I calibrate them twice. I'm gonna calibrate them, or I actually calibrated them once for like digital. So I calibrated against the Whitepoint D65, which is digital. And then I did the calibration process again for D50, which is the Whitepoint for paper. So the hotkey puck is programmable, and I have like 3 options on there: option 1, option 2, option 3. From the get-go, it has option 1 is sRGB, option 2 is Adobe RGB, and option 3 is switch the monitor into black and white. And I reprogrammed it to have 1 be the D65 color point, or white point actually. The option 2 is the D50, so when I'm like sending something off to the printer, I can just like with a hit of a button see how the colors look in a different white point, which is cool. It's super handy, so you can switch real easy without going into menus and everything like that. It comes with the shading hood, which is cool and awesome and super handy in a studio space when there's light like going in all sorts of directions. You want to make sure that it's not really hitting your screen, so you keep that contrast where you want it to be, even though the screen itself is matte and not reflective. You just want to like keep as much light off the screen as possible to like make sure the image quality on the monitor is as good as it gets. And one of the real cool things that I just figured out by looking at the BenQ website is that it has a gamma duo. So you can have picture-in-picture with 2 different color spaces, and you can actually like compare the 2. So when I'm working on my files, I work in Adobe RGB on the calibrated screen to like get as much colors on my screen as possible. And then when I export it, whenever I export something that goes away from like out of my studio, it goes into sRGB because of the compatibility with like my clients' monitors and screens, and the web, because the web has no idea how to handle Adobe RGB. And this picture-in-picture, I'm gonna like give it a more in-depth test, but it like pretty much splits the screen in half, and you can look at sRGB and Adobe RGB and see like what you're working on and what your clients are gonna see. So that's pretty cool. Before I used to do that in the hotkey puck, just like have option 3 go to sRGB instead of black and white, so I can see what's happening when I'm working at it. But now I'm gonna try this picture-in-picture thing, which is cool. It's called Gamut Duo, which is on the 32-inch, and I don't think I have it on the 27, so that's a cool feature. All in all, I'm very happy with my setup. It looks like $1 million, and it works real nice, and I'm happy with the extra real estate. And if you are a photographer who also wants to do a video, this is definitely your monitor. If you're a photographer who is like just doing pictures and stills, you're gonna be fine with the 27-inch. Like, so the SW320 PT is perfect for you. If you feel like you want to go into video at some point in the not so distant future, get yourself the 32-inch 4K, the SW320, and you'll be set for years. So I'm Maurice Jager. I'm a BenQ brand ambassador, and BenQ like sent me the monitor to give it a spin. And again, I love it a lot. It's not because I'm an ambassador, but because of my actual practical use for it as a photographer and a video guy, I guess. So be on the lookout for these monitors. I'll put some links on the description in the video below, so you can get your own without having to really find it. They're widely available anyway, but I just want to make your life easy as much as I can. So thanks for watching this video. Be on the lookout for the next. Hit the subscribe button or all this shenanigans on YouTube if you want to. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.